You will fail as a day trader if you don't understand this. So I'm going to go over it in my recap today. I'm going to go over the trade I took, and I'm also going to, obviously, there was a big news-driven event today. FOMC, I believe, was talking. And look at this move. Obviously, all the way from 393 to 408. And when you're first starting out trading, you're going to look at this move, and you're going to be like, man, how can I catch this? How much money could I have made if I would have bought right here and I would have sold up here? Everyone does that in the beginning of trading. They think of how much money they can make. They don't create a system. They just think of how much money can I make. They see the biggest moves and they think, how can I catch that move? And that's okay to think that. But when it's a news-driven event, you have to realize it's a bit of a gamble. If it's an actual system trade and you're trying to catch tops and bottoms per se, or the meat of trades, that's a different story. But just a news-driven event, guys, these are random. It's like trading earnings. It's one of the craziest things to do, in my opinion. So I wouldn't, if the biggest reason traders do fail is because they look at stuff like this and they think they could catch it. It's impossible to catch, in my opinion. Hey, maybe there is a guy out there who mastered this strategy. I don't know, but in my eyes, this is something that you should avoid like the plague. And I'm going to show you the trade I took today. We're going to go over it in my recap today. What was the trade I took, right? What trade did I take? Let me show you guys real quick. This was the trade. This was it. It was an easy, let me break it down to a smaller time frame chart so you guys can also see it. It was the easy trade. What happened? We broke this pivot low right here. We broke a pivot low right here. The reason I got in this trade, let me go behind thesis of the trade. We kept trending lower. We put in this pivot low. We break it. We set a lower high, right? Lower high. We break the pivot low again. We set a lower high compared to this one. We break the pivot low again, right? So on the bounce, I want to get in this. And what am I anticipating now? I'm anticipating we break this pivot low. As soon as that happens, the dump, I think I took profits a little bit early actually. But as soon as we got that dump, I'm out. That's all I wanted. Because the reason that's all I wanted was because I knew later in the day, news was out, and there was news periodically throughout this day, so it was kind of hard to trade today. So it was just I wanted to be in and out. I wanted to have a quick scalp. Some days I let my positions run a little bit more. On a day like today, I do not want to be anywhere near when Powell is talking. When there's big news, I do not want to be anywhere near because it's so unpredictable. I mean, look what would have happened. I would have been absolutely blown up. I mean, yeah, my stop would have been hit, but there would have been massive slippage, and I would have gotten absolutely blown up. I mean, my stop's right here. Look at what happened. Obviously, over here wicked through, so it wouldn't have actually worked regardless if I did hold on. But that's why I'm trying to get in and out. Days like this are so unpredictable. I honestly did rush my trade today because I had no idea when we could possibly get a random spike or a random dump. And I did not want to be around for that. So I'm going to also just kind of go into what I'm looking at tomorrow. Just so this, I'm going to be trying to do these recaps more frequently. So if you guys like this, please subscribe. Please like. I'm going to be doing these recaps more. So if you're into day trading, stocks in general, just keep watching these videos, guys. I hope you do learn. And obviously, there is risk in the market, so always remember that. Always trade with a stop. Always manage your risk, guys. This is not financial advice, education purposes only. Obviously, in the markets, guys, it's hard. So be prepared. It is hard. The market is out to take your lunch money. So what am I looking at? Honestly, we're filling this gap, right? This gap is getting filled. I mean, it's pretty much almost filled. So once we fill this gap, in my opinion, there is a high chance if we put in a candle like this, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. I'll actually bring it to a different chart to show you something that happened on Apple a while ago. On Apple, if we put a candle like this, we get that big move up. We put in a candle like this, I think we're bound to get absolutely dumped on. Honestly, I think this might be a trap. We might get dumped on, but that is just with me. I'm a big bear of late. And this might be my downfall, but I don't have any money on the downside right now. I might be buying some puts later on if we do get this type of big inverted hammer. Or actually, I'm not sure if that's what an inverted hammer is called, but you know what I'm talking about. This candle right here, that will be a big candle to me, big sell side. It happened on Apple. I remember actually this move, and I actually bought puts on Apple when this happened. And if that can happen on SPY, I am going to be very, very intrigued. I'm going to be very, very. I think it could possibly lead to a big dump. So depending on what kind of close we get tomorrow, if it's a big doji, big wick to the upside, I might be looking to get in puts near the end of the day, hoping maybe honestly that we recover probably this level right here, this huge air gap that happened. Let me just point out to you this huge air gap right here. I mean, that's all the way to 397. It wouldn't be a shocker to me, so that's going to be my plan for tomorrow. Honestly, I'm going to see how the market closes. Obviously, during the day trading, you kind of just gauge how it's trading, what levels are being set, just on a kind of hourly basis in my eyes. So I can't really predict that yet. But honestly, for the midterm, the short term, next couple of weeks, if we do put in a big doji, big wick up, I would not be surprised. We can't close higher than this candle. I wouldn't be surprised if we go back down to 398 level. That's kind of where I'm predicting. So, guys, if you like this video, please subscribe. Please share it with someone.